6 famous people who married their relatives. 6. Albert and Elsa Einstein. Elsa was Einstein's second wife. She was his second cousin on both the maternal and paternal sides. Together, they spent their childhood summers in Munich. After the children reached their teens, Albert's family relocated to Milan. Soon later, Elsa wed a dealer in textiles. Albert married Mileva Marique in the interim. After some while, Elsa filed for divorce. After being reintroduced, she fell in love with her cousin Albert. 3 months after divorcing Mileva, Albert married Elsa. 5. Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. Until recently, many royal marriages were between cousins. Through Queen Victoria, Elizabeth and Philip were third cousins. They were also second cousins once removed through Christian IX of Denmark. When Philip was 13 and Elizabeth was 8, they first met in 1934. In 1939, they reconnected and started communicating. The couple married in 1947, when Princess Elizabeth was 21. 4. Thomas and Martha Jefferson. Not only did Thomas Jefferson marry his cousin, he probably molested her half-sister as well. Martha, Thomas' wife, was his third cousin. John Wales, Martha's father, owned a slave by the name of Betty Hemmings. He has 6 children from her. When John passed away, he left his slaves to Martha. The slaves were given to Martha's husband after her passing in 1782. Sally, Betty's daughter, accompanied Jefferson to France when she was 14 years old. It is generally accepted that they started dating physically. After coming back to the United States, Hemmings had 6 children. Jefferson most likely fathered them. 3. Rudy Giuliani and Regina Peruggi. Rudy Giuliani married his cousin in 1967. She was a longtime friend of his. Giuliani's second cousin is Regina. To make it seem more acceptable, he said she was his third cousin. The Giuliani-Peruggi marriage legally ended in 2 ways. A civil divorce was issued in 1982. In 1983, a Roman Catholic Church annulment was approved. 2. Charles Darwin and Emma Wedgwood. Charles Darwin married his first cousin. In their younger years, Charles and Emma were close friends. Emma turned down countless marriage proposals. She stayed at home to care for her mother and sister who were both in beds. Charles made her a proposal when she was 30. Ironically, the reverend officiating the ceremony was their cousin. 10 children were eventually born to Charles and Emma. 1. Edgar Allan Poe and Virginia Clemm. Poe drew inspiration for several of his writings from Virginia. She was his cousin as well. However, their wedding was sad and odd. She and Poe were married in 1836. He was 27 and she was 13. Nevertheless, she was recorded as being 21 on the marriage certificate. Virginia's family was quite underprivileged. She was probably married off to a cousin to keep her out of poverty. Virginia contracted TB and passed away in 1847. She told Poe she'd become his guardian angel in the afterlife.